Welcome back. In the previous lesson, we added 3 routes to our Laravel application. We added a home route, which was already there, but we did add a contact and about route. Now they each are simply returning the text contact us, and about is returning about us. So of course, the next logical step is being able to add some HTML. So this brings us to our next concept, and that is the concept of views. Views are ultimately your HTML and CSS that gets rendered on the browser. So in this route here, we see return view welcome. So the question is, well, how do we make one of these views? Where is this welcome view being stored? And so the answer is in another directory here, in resources, and then views. So in resources views, we see this welcome.blade.php. Now, of course, you are familiar with .php, but you're not familiar with Blade. For now, just know that Blade is a rendering engine that ships with Laravel to make your views a lot cleaner. And we'll touch up on a lot of Blade, but for now, just know that any view inside this directory should be called yourname.blade.php. So let's make a new one of these. I'm going to say new, and we're going to call it contact.blade.php. And inside of here, I'm going to have an h1 tag, contact us, a p tag with company name, a fake phone number. Okay, so now that we have this contact.blade.php, how do we get this view to display when we visit contact? So you'll write return view, in parentheses, and then we'll write contact. So contact pertains to the name of this file. Notice that I didn't put .blade.php. I simply put contact. So return view contact is going to call contact.blade.php. Let's go back to the browser and let's visit contact. And sure enough, we are seeing our view. Contact us, and we have our company name and our fake phone number. Let's do one more. I'm going to save this one as, and our other page is called about. So about.blade.php. And let's change this to about us. It will say company bio here. Okay. Back in my routes web.php file, we're going to return view. And inside of there, we're going to return the about view. Let's go back to the browser and visit the about page. And sure enough, there we are. So we have our about us page and we have our contact page. Okay. So there we are. We can now make views. Now, truthfully, this is a lot of syntax for such a simple operation that you need to do all the time. So I'm going to show you a slightly different way that you can do this. You can say route, : view, and then the first thing that goes in there is the first thing that we have here. So contact. So we'll put that in. And then, comma, the second thing that goes there is simply the view name. So we'll say contact, and that replaces all of this. So we can get rid of that. And now for the about page, we'll say about, meaning the URL about, and as a second argument, we're going to pass the same thing that we would have passed to view. So we'll say about, and that gets rid of that altogether. So that, much cleaner. Let's make sure that we're still working. All right, so we have our contact page still working. Let's visit the about page, still working. So a nice little shortcut here to get your views. So again, you will write route, : view, and then as the first argument, it's going to be pertaining to the URL that you're going to respond to. So we decided to change that to contact/us. That is still going to work. Let's change that to contact-us, and there we are. We are still responding with the same view. So this first argument, again, corresponds to this argument here. And then this second argument corresponds to the view. So in our case, we are looking for a contact.blade.php, which of course we have right here inside our resources directory, inside our views directory, contact.blade.php. And then we have another route, about, which is calling the about.blade.php, also located inside resources, views, about.blade.php. So to finish up, let's go ahead and refactor this route here just to show our single line syntax. Route, : view. We're going to respond to the home page, and we're going to call the welcome view. Okay, and that gets rid of that. And so now we have 3 lines and 3 routes. Let's go ahead and test that to make sure it's still working. So remember, that one is just a slash. And there we are. We're still getting the Laravel welcome page. And with that, you can now make views and associate them to routes in Laravel. Keep toying around with this, and when you're ready, let's move on to the next lesson.